you are here. My name is Martin Macie, and I'm the president of the Colony Playhouse. And I am, again, privileged and honored to have worked with your children, those of you who are here with kids who are here, that you brought. And they have worked tremendously hard today. I'm proud to be a part of also a partnership with the Colony Public Library and the Friends of the Public Library and our teen writing club, and I think we have some representatives from the teen, our writers over here as well. Yeah, please stand up. What you're about to see is a culmination in a workshop, and that's exactly what it is. We had it as Theater Slam, a play in a day, in that your kids would come with the scripts that our teens have written to be able to understand what it feels like to produce a play in general, except we're doing it all in one day. What they've been through with us today is we went through warm-up exercises to get ourselves ready and ready for the auditions. They auditioned and found out what it was like to sort of audition for a show, do cold readings from a script. We talked through them about the process, what directors are doing as we're making decisions and putting people with other people and walk them through that process. After that, we took a little bit of a break and had lunch because they were ready for that. And Jessica Scott is with me, and she directed as well and helped me out tremendously today. Jessica called me up based on a flyer here in the library, and we were so lucky to have her. Hails from New Mexico, lives right here in the Colony, but is a student at New Mexico State University, has a theater background, and has interned and has done lots of great things, so we're glad to have her expertise with us today. She was a great help. So we talked about the casting, and after lunch, all the kids came back, and we cast them in all the roles and in the scripts that the teens wrote for us. And then we set to go about directing, blocking, rehearsing, all in one day. And the culmination of what it is that you're about to see is the performance. And just before you guys came in, we were doing the last part of the process, which is your final dress rehearsal and getting ready. And you have to imagine that, doing that all in one day and the nerves that might be present or anything like that, I don't have to worry about it because they're going to be fabulous. A couple notes about a workshop performance. One is, some of them have scripts with them. That's a lot to expect. To memorize, do all that. A lot of them try to memorize and have memorized, and you'll see some of that. So they have the opportunity, and this is another part of the theater experience, is if they've tried to memorize and they're unsure, that's okay, and they're without a script, what they will do, and you may hear it, and I just want to let you know, what they may do is they may call line. They shouldn't break character. All they say is line. And Jessica's going to stay on script for us, and she'll feed them a line, and so they can continue on. Okay? But I think you'll be amazed at the product that you'll see. With that said, let's get started. Today's topic, as you know, is a very important one in society today. You've seen it in the news. It's an important one, and we're proud to present it. We're glad that the teens took on the topic and tackled it. So thank you guys. It's from your experiences, I'm sure, in school, and that you see it, and again, you hear it in the news. And that's on bullying. And all bullying in all its forms and all of that. So what you're going to see is representation of that today in a theatrical format. After today's discussion, we're going to be led by a little post-performance discussion and conversation and on the topic of teen bullying. One special note that I want to tell you guys about too real quick is there's a group of girls you'll see. We've added a short scene. We have 3 scenes to present to you today, and there's another scene which will be our final scene today, which was created just today. So as you see it, I want you to keep in mind, it was created just today. We asked a group that wasn't involved in a certain section we were doing to go away and think about their experiences and what it's like to be, to be excluded and then to have inclusivity versus exclusivity and then being included. And, you'll be amazed at what they came up with. So, without further ado, and they are waiting anxiously, I can tell. So with that, we present to you, on the topic of bullying, these great scripts from the Colony Playhouse, our Friends of the Public Library, and our Teen Writers Club on bullying. If I could say, places, please.
What you got there? These are weird cartoons. Don't you know cartoons are for babies?
Yeah, for babies.
At lunch that day. Hey, you want to get some free cookies? It's a meal trip called the 5-figure discount.
I'm not sure. Isn't that stealing? Yeah, that's the point. It's cool. If you steal with us, maybe we'll be a little bit nicer to you.
Yeah, you'll be one of us.
Okay. Here's the plan. You just grab the cookies while the lunch lady isn't looking and slip it under your tray.
Jeremy? Did you pay for those cookies?
Yes, ma'am.
Really? Because I just saw you pull them out from under your tray where they were hidden quite effectively.
I'm so sorry, please. I never do it again. I know it was wrong. I'd never be so mad if I did.
Hold on. I know you didn't pay for the cookies. I paid for them. You can pay me back by helping me in the library after school. You can keep the cookies, but you have to promise me you will never steal again. Okay?
Okay.
Later that day, Jeremy came to the library where the librarian was waiting for him. Oh, hi, sweetie. Here, you can take this tape. Why don't you put up these posters around the school?
That's all? Wow, thank you. Wow, these pictures are so cool. Maybe I'll be able to draw like that someday.
You know, I've seen some of your pictures. These posters are for Anime Manga Club. I think you'd be interested in them. There's a meeting tonight. What do you think?
I don't know, maybe.
Here's a flyer. Think about it. Jeremy got into his dad's car, flyer in hand.
Hey, what you got there, sport? An anime club? Sounds really interesting. Maybe you should check it out. Seems like fun.
I guess, but what if the other kids don't like my drawings or me?
Oh, I'm sure they'll like both you and your drawings. Come on, Jeremy. Just one meeting.
Fine.
Later at the meeting,
Why don't we all introduce ourselves? Tell us your name if you have a picture. Why don't you go first?
My name is Jeremy. I have a few drawings, but they're silly.
Let me see. Wow, these are great. Look, Eva. Wow, I wish I could draw like that. Why do you think they're silly?
Some kids at my school think they're silly. They've been ripping them up.
They really shouldn't be doing that, you know. If somebody's picking on you, you should tell an adult. What school do you go to?
Crestview Middle School.
No way. We go there too. We sit under those big trees on the lawn before school. You should join us.
My mom's the librarian, Miss Miller. Mine?
If those boys ever bother you.
If those boys ever bother you, you should go to her.
The next day, Laura, Eva, and Jeremy were hanging out when Adam and his thugs walked up.
Still going to the cartoon?
Gee, now there's 3 of you babies. What are you boys doing? You shouldn't be treating other people's belongings like that. Go to the principal's office right now. Jeremy, if they ever bully you or any of you like that again, come to me or another adult. What they're doing is wrong, but you shouldn't let them push you around like that.
And cut. Please.
I am so fat. My thighs are almost touching like theirs.
You're right. I'm so fat and ugly.
You're beautiful just the way you are.
But they're so skinny, and I'm so fat. My thighs are touching, and I have this ugly scar.
Beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. That scar makes you look unique. At least you're not pale and discolored like me.
You think you have weird marks? Look at her thing.
Hey, I had surgery.
Ew, it's shaped like a bug! Leave her alone. That's not funny. It's me. I think your scar looks like a heart.
Come on, girls, and run through laps. Look at that fat girl run. She's so slow. She's sweating so much.
Do you want to run the next lap together? Oh.
Good hustle, girls. Get a drink of water and take a seat. You girls don't leave. You walk 2 laps. Do them again in this time to run. Just because you're skinny doesn't mean you don't need to run. Running is healthy.
Told ya, you're better and prettier than all of them.
Hey, cool scarf. Thanks. Y'all want to come and play soccer with us?
Yeah.
Sure.
And cut.
When I call your name, give me the grade. Stacy,
93.
Cameron,
86.
Jordan. You can tell me after class. Fred.
78.
Taylor?
Can I tell you after class too?
Okay.
You're a genius. You probably got like 100.
Miss, I don't understand.
Just let me see what Taylor needs. I'll be over to help in a minute.
Miss, Cameron and all the other kids call me names and ask to copy my homework. Can you make them stop?
Don't worry about them. They're just jealous. Now, since you're getting such high grades, why don't you help Jordan? Okay?
Okay.
Oh, I get it now. Thanks. You shouldn't worry about Cameron, you know. She shouldn't judge you by your grades because they don't make you the person that you are.
When I call your name, give me your grade. Stacy,
95.
Cameron,
77.
Jordan.
100.
Bet you copied.
I did not.
Jordan actually came after class for help and put in the effort to earn his grade. Fred, what's your grade?
85.
Taylor?
100.
Of course you got 100, you nerd.
Hey! Just because she makes certain grades doesn't give anyone the right to call her names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cut.
I wonder what those girls are doing.
I don't know, but it looks like fun.
Let's go check it out.
Look, I don't know who you are, but make it quick, because I'm busy.
Well, I'm Lynn, and this is my best friend Claire.
Hi. We were wondering if we can join your club.
Look, this club is for writers only. So why don't you just run along and quit bugging us?
Well,
Just go.
That's right, Ashley. You should have heard. They would have been sorry if they stuck around.
Hey guys. Now I know. I should have done.
Well, that was rude. They don't even know us.
I know, they should have given us a chance, but
Wait a second, I know those girls. They're in my English class. They're pretty good writers. Hold on, I'll be right back.
where is she going? Is she talking to those girls?
Hello? Mia!
Mia seems to like them.
Girls, this is Claire and Lynn. They're actually really good writers, and you just turned them away.
Hi.
Are you sure? I trust Mia's judgment. We'll give these two a chance. Welcome to the group.
Thanks.
Sometimes people jump to conclusions and leave other people in the dirt before you even meet them. Don't do that in life. Just always try to meet the person first before you turn them down.
And cut. Why don't we give these kids a hand? Isn't that in a day's work? All right, awesome job. Well, we have a little something for them at the very, very end. But first, to get us into sort of the discussion, and if I can, performers, if you would, maybe step back, take a seat if you would, sit down on the ground. But I want to take a moment before I bring up our presenter and to help lead our discussion a little bit. I always think it is most interesting that as a writer, when you have the opportunity to see your words in action. So if I can, any first reactions, not to put you on the spot, but as writers on seeing it on stage performed. Any thoughts?
It's really cool because it just like your vision sort of comes alive and you see it more real when you see other people, taking what you've written and putting it into almost their own situation. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And everyone does bring their own piece to it, their own experiences as actors. Certainly, you all had the process as writers, that your experiences and what you put on paper. So we thank you for that. Any other thoughts from our writers or from the team group on what you saw? Yeah. Good, good. Well, it is an important message. And with that, and what we say sometimes in theater can be here to entertain, educate, and in this instance, this might be one where it is about education and about teaching something. So with that, I would like to invite Gail Kasich up to join us. And she is going to help lead us in a little bit of a discussion and some games and some thoughts around this. And then I'll close the end of the afternoon with everybody.
Great. Well, thank you so much for inviting me up to speak to all of you. What a great job all of you kids did. It's amazing, just one day. What a great job. Thank you. Special thank you to my husband for volunteering me for this. He came home and he said, I volunteered you to talk about bullying. He said, okay. I'm like, really? Well, he's like, you went to that special training class. I was like, oh, the one that I signed up for because they had free breakfast day. yes, that's the one. So I thought about, well, am I really qualified for this? I was bullied. I remember I was in 7th grade. Willow, what was the girl's name that bit herself? Ronnie. Remember I told you about Ronnie? So I was in 7th grade. I was on the bus, and this girl took my lunch money. And she bit herself and said, I did it. And then everyone started bullying. But enough about my issue. But I think my point is that I think many of us have been bullied before, not just me. Just shake your heads and make me feel good. That it wasn't just my thing. And there's some myths. So let's just have a little true-false here. How many of you think that bullying is just part of growing up and the effects of bullying are short-term and it's really no big deal? Is that true or false?
False.
Yeah. That is false.
It's part of growing up, but it isn't. But it isn't something. Exactly. Plus, especially with the long-term effect thing, the short-term effect, it's long-term.
Mm-hmm. And what about bullying being just punching each other? What are other ways that you can bully people?
Verbally bullying.
I heard somebody scream it out. And your audience too, please join us. How else can you bully someone besides punching them? If I don't pick my daughter, it's going to be a bad night in my house. What's Willow? Oh, Willow, do you know?
Wise it up.
Yeah, slander.
Insulting them.
Great, insulting.
Cyberbullying.
That's wonderful. We're going to talk about cyberbullying in a little while.
Blaming them for things that they did themselves.
Great feedback.
Verbal bullying and also just a nasty look can hurt someone.
Yeah, I think it's just amazing that you're also aware of the different types of bullying. I remember when I was growing up and I came home and some people were teasing me because my ears were too big. It was just like, well, suck it up, kid. But my brother came home and he was out in the driveway getting punching lessons from my father to defend himself. So I think it's wonderful that you all realize that there's different methods of bullying and that they're all just as hurtful. So is bullying just mainly a problem with boys?
Oh, no. No.
No, it's boys and girls, different types of bullying. And do you think bullying usually happens when people are alone and no one's watching, or when there's a big crowd?
There's a big crowd. A lot of time it's a big crowd.
Yeah, big crowd, exactly. Where does bullying happen in your school?
Hallways, lunchroom.
Anywhere there's not a teacher?
Yeah. It happened to me in the lunch line.
Yes,
Recess.
recess, anywhere there's not a teacher, recess, hallways. 48% of bullying hallways and the stairs where there are private areas, bathrooms, on the bus, on the way to and from school. And what about feeling excluded from a group? Is that a form of bullying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What I'd like to do next, and I'm going to ask if I can have a little help moving this table, because we're going to play some cards.
Okay.
We're going to invite up all the kids. I think that's a great idea, even though they haven't all signed the photography release. But you're okay with that? Okay.
I know Anna well, congratulations. Well, always good to have you with us and on stage. Thank you for your help and participation. And by the way, some of the kids were oohing and awing over her art and some of her animation that she's doing in her books right here. That we were using those as props today. So good job. Appreciate it. Forgive me, and I hope I say this right. Macie Vanderheiden? Yes. Oh, wow. Awesome job, Macie, and again, also a new face. I'm so glad to see you, and don't run away, because at the end, I'm going to tell you guys about what's upcoming and some auditions maybe we hope to see you guys at, all right? Willow, also. I've seen Miss Willow on stage, and this actress right here, she has grown.